It's time for another edition of Coach's Corner with women's basketball coach Matilda Mossman. Hello again, everybody, and welcome to Coach's Corner with head coach Matilda Mossman, University of Tulsa women's basketball. And as it is usually the case on road games in the American are just tough. And you had a tough one at Cincinnati, but the girls bounced back at home, didn't they?
Yeah, I mean, Cincinnati, I don't understand why they don't score more points like all the time, because they've got 4 kids who are averaging double figures, and all 4 of them were in double figures against us. But you've got Amari Thomas inside, you've got Sam Rogers on the perimeter, Antoinette Miller on the perimeter. They just got so many. Angel Reiser is their 4 player who played really well against us. I think Angel Reiser, their 4 and their 5 each had double doubles against us, and that's, they're big and they're physical, and we just couldn't match up with them.
Yeah, it was a morning game. It was a special school day in Cincinnati, and so all the kids were there, and there was a nice ambience, certainly, and a lot of noise. And they jumped you. I mean, they got a lot of, 27 points in the first quarter,
Yeah,
right?
it was 27-15, I think, in the first quarter. But, yeah, it was early. It was 11 o'clock their time, which was 10 a.m. our time. And but, we were eating pregame meal at 7:30 a.m. and then doing a walkthrough. So, I mean, it is what it is. They were in the same position we were in as far as having to get up and be moving around. So it was just one of those games that we'd had to play really well in order to win.
Well, and they're really good. They're 16-7 after the game and 7-3 in the league, and they're certainly in that upper echelon of the American Athletic Conference, aren't they?
Yeah, they're looking for to be one of the top 4 teams so that they have a bye in the first round of the tournament, and certainly they're doing everything right now in order to be in that position.
One positive in that game was Kendrian Elliott played well for you. You got back to scoring the way that we've seen her score through most of the year, 21 points, right?
Yeah, she did. She was at 21, but then the bad thing was we had a huge drop-off. Destiny Johnson was our second leading scorer with 8, and then after that, nobody had more than 4. So it's just about trying to get more people involved in the scoring, and it comes down to people making shots, and some of it's confidence, and some of it is just people being ready to shoot it when they catch it and not having it be an afterthought.
And then you get home, which is always a good thing to play a home game over the weekend against SMU, and the team really plays well. You do shoot the ball better. You do play better defense, and lo and behold, that results in a victory. How about that?
Yeah, and we didn't play very well down in Dallas at all. We only scored 38 points in the game, and we felt like we were better than that. But we came out, Addie Richards got us off to a great start, hit a couple of threes in the first quarter, and then she just continued that. She had a really good second quarter, finished with 17 points at the half, and then she ends up with 25 in the game, but more importantly, she had 13 rebounds in the game, and that was a career high for her. It was her first career double-double, so a lot of positive things for Addie. She shot 11 for 21, it's almost 50%, so she did a lot of things right in that game.
And Destiny Johnson continues to improve as a freshman, continues to put up, seems like season high every game, but she had 16 then.
Yeah, I think she just keeps getting a new career high. She had 16, was 6 of 13, so again, she's like at 45%. So, and with Kendrian really made everybody else better in that game. Kendrian didn't score as many, but she led our team in assists with 5. And the whole point in the first game with SMU, Kendrian was trying to do too much, and they were surrounding her, and Kendrian had some turnovers and some missed shots because she was trying to force things. And so in this game, we wanted Kendrian to more be the decoy, go ahead and get touches, but now when you feel that third defender, go ahead and kick it out and let somebody else score. And so Kendrian was the recipient of a lot of, she was the assist person for a lot of Addie Richards' baskets.
Well, you outscored them 20-11 in the second quarter. It just seems like, I think probably with every team, but you play a little better with the lead. Do you relax in it at all, or do you play better when you had the confidence of making some baskets? Or?
I don't know that we've had enough experience yet to know that, but certainly Addie Richards was a huge key. She hit a bunch of baskets down the stretch in the second quarter. that gave us a nice little halftime lead. So, but then we came out in the third quarter and we were fouling too much, and we kind of let them come back a little bit. We never lost that lead, but we let them come back on us and made the game a little bit closer than it should have been.
Yeah, up by 5 going into the final period, the fourth quarter, and you just kind of held them off then, huh?
We did, and we were concerned about their ability to rebound, and our zone defense was working for us, but our rebounding out of the zone wasn't very good. And we gave up 18 offensive rebounds, but they only scored 14 points off of those offensive rebounds. So while we gave up offensive rebounds, we were still solid defensively.
And of course, a win, obviously the second of the year in the league. What does that do for you as far as like trying to finish the regular season strong?
Well, it's just kind of like you got to take care of your own business, and you're chasing some of the people that are 1 or 2 wins ahead of you, and still a lot of games left to be played, and all the people that are right ahead of us obviously are playing some people in the upper echelon teams. So there's the hope to make a jump, a couple of spots, and trying to get the best seed you can for the conference tournament.
Absolutely, and a busy week again for the Golden Hurricane, as is usually the case, a road game and a home game for TU, and the road game is in Greenville, North Carolina, and that'll be in the midweek, and then at home against Wichita State on Sunday. We'll talk about those games in a moment when we continue on Coach's Corner.
American, be undeniable.
We're back on Coach's Corner with head coach Matilda Mosby. You get ready for a busy week, and part of that busyness is going on the road to Greenville, North Carolina to take on ECU. You just recently had a 2-point victory over the Pirates, so hoping obviously to get a road win.
And we did a lot of things poorly in that game, and how we came up with that victory, it's still a question. But the big thing was we gave up 25 offensive rebounds. The good news is they only scored 8 points off of those offensive rebounds. So if we could just defend and rebound, it would make us a lot happier. The other thing was we had 24 turnovers, and they're a team that you know what you're going to get. You know that if you let them score, they're going to pick up in their 1-2-2 full court press. They're going to fall back into a 3-2 zone, and you've just got to be able to go against their pressure, and not just for a few possessions, but you've got to be able to go against it for 40 minutes. And so we had a day to prepare for them the first time, because we had just played UConn on the road and got home at midnight, and then we had about an hour and a half practice, and the kids are tired. We got so many kids injured, and we usually take the day off the day after a game, but we couldn't because we had the ECU game on a Tuesday. So we're throwing our tired, injured kids out there trying to simulate East Carolina as much as possible, but then when we get in the game, that's where we really had to practice against it. So I felt like we just kind of grinded it out, from one quarter to the next. We just grinded it out, and then we didn't make a lot of great decisions in the fourth quarter, but we made enough to win.
Yeah, and in a game that was important for you for sure. And when you talk about that upward mobility, they're 3-8 coming in. You have 2 victories. You win that game in Greenville, and all of a sudden you've tied them, but you have the hammer because you've beaten them twice, right?
Well, and that's what we tried to explain to our team this morning, was that if it comes down to us tying with them, if you just go head to head and we split, then you got to go to the next opponent, and however that falls. They have 2 wins over Memphis, and we don't have any, and they have a win over Houston, and that's a game for us that's yet to be played. So it's important for us to be able to get a sweep over them, just to kind of stay out of that bottom position.
And of course, a road win is gold. I mean, if you can get a road win in this league, it's huge, isn't it?
Yeah, it's this. Every time you go on the road in this league, it's just going to be a battle, and it's physical, and you just got to go grind it out. You got to go play.
And Sunday, you play host to Wichita State, so another opportunity certainly for your team. Went up there and lost by 11 earlier this year.
Yeah, and it's a game that we led. We jumped out to a really fast start and led them at halftime, and then just I think their press wore us down a little bit, and then we couldn't score. And you know, when you're turning the ball over and you're not scoring, then bad things happen.
Well, Coach, good luck. Have a great trip to Greenville. Bring back a victory, and then we'll look forward to seeing your team on Sunday.
All right, sounds good.
University of Tulsa, next home game again is Sunday, taking on the Wichita State Shockers. For the coach, I'm Bruce Howard, and that is Coach's Corner.